Morning to my friends. Welcome to my channel Counseling and Psychology. Thanks for the viewers who viewed my first introduction to psychology video. And now we go into counseling. Here too we will see a crisp idea about counseling. What do you mean by counseling? Come on friends, we shall move into the video. Thank you. Come on friends, we can move on to the video about counseling. Counseling? Counseling is age old as society itself. It's one-to-one process and it can also be one-to-many relationship. That is a counselor and a counselee or a counselees. When the counseling takes place in a group manner, it will be one-to-many relationship. If it is one-to-one relationship, there is only one counselor and a counselee. As we know, counseling is a age-old process. Maybe now it has become a art or science. Now it has become art or science as a study. Today it has become art or science as a study. But basically, counseling takes place when the human beings started thinking. When we became human beings to think, to act, and when stress and problems were created in the world, counseling started at that moment. So, usually we say counseling is an age old process as a society started. And when we started to live into groups, there were many problems, and due to this development of science and technology and every other things, problems are hiring and hiring a lot every day. So this counseling as a separate field, it has developed and has gained importance today. Today we know it's the age of science and technology, and due to that we face lots of problem. And for example, corona was the biggest problem 2 years back, and we had many family problems, many marriage problems, and we lost many people, our near and dears, and there were more of stress, depression in the world. So counseling was needed at the time. So it as a branch of philosophy it has developed. Counseling has its roots in both psychology and basically everything has a base root in philosophy. So what is counseling? Counseling is a method that helps a client to use a problem solving process to recognize and manage stress. That is the main criteria of counseling to be developed. And professional counselors help clients identify their goals and potential solutions to the problem. So, professional counselors help the people to identify their problems and to come out and find solutions to the problems. Basically, if you see when counseling takes place, up to I have known, listening to the partner, listening to the students, listening to the son, listening to the father, listening to the daughter, listening to their old parents, everything has become nil today. So they are not discussing any problem with their kith and kin. So there is a lot of stress developed inside every people. So this counselor basically what they do. The first step of a counseling what they do is the counselor listens to the counseling. When you start listening the problem of a counselee without hindering the counselee, without asking question or without having a leading question, when you start asking and give your ears to the person, half the problem of a counselee will get solved. So listening, it is not a easier job because it's not your problem, but you listen to somebody. At today's field, we don't have even time to listen to your husband or your wife or your children or to anyone, because the world is with full of work. Always we are keeping on running after money. So this counselor basic job is listening. A good counselor is a good listener to the client. The client, when telling their problems, and when the counselor without any hindrance, when he starts listening, the client will have a confidence on a counselor, and he reveals all his problem, which helps in the half problem will get solved, and he himself will get confidence in the counselor, and he will have his own solution for the problem. A good counselor doesn't give any solution to the counselee, but he will make the person to identify the solution for his problem, because he only knows the situation where he lives. Counselor superficially will have an idea about his family and background and his thinking. Few things only the counselee will know, and he will identify the solution for the problem. So a good counselor must make the counselee to take decisions of his own. This will help not only today but in future too. If any problem comes, the counselee will have the confidence in taking decision by himself. For any and every single problem, you cannot be going or running to a counselor, or you cannot reveal all your family problems, or you may be having your own secrets to a counselor. So a counselor helps a counselee to take decisions by himself. Okay. And when you come to the counseling, there is a lot of forms of counseling, different counseling today. Everywhere we can find problems, and what type of counselings are going on today, or like family counseling, marriage counseling, career counseling, educational counseling, mental health counseling, and so on. These are the main counseling that takes place day in and day out. Before going to the definitions of counseling, we can see who is the father of counseling. Already we have seen father of psychology, that is Mr. Sigmund Freud. But who is father of counseling? There is different ideas about father of counseling, but basically Mr. Carl Roger, an American psychologist, is known as father of counseling. He is an important person, and he is the founder of humanistic approach. Based on this humanistic approach, he developed this counseling session, which was useful. And as I've already told you, you have to know the person with the help of the year 1902 to 1987. Okay. Now, as a father of counseling, what is the definition given by Mr. Carl Roger? Counseling is a service of direct contact with the individual, which aims to offer him assistance in changing his attitude and behavior. It is very simple, and he has told what is counseling. Counseling is a series of direct contact with the individual, which aims to offer him assistance in changing his attitude and behavior. I think we have discussed it already, and it is easier for you to get along. Another definition is Mr. Robinson. Counseling covers all types of personal situation in which one person help to adjust more effectively to himself and the environment. Robinson says counseling covers all types of personal situation in which one person helps to adjust more effectively to himself and the environment. So basically, when you're going to know about counseling or psychology, we will have one idea. One idea, that is adjustment. Adjustment to environment. That will help in coming off from every problems. We have to adjust to any type of environment and know to solve our problems that will lead a peaceful life. And in an easier way, where this word counseling comes from, it comes from a Latin root, causalium, meaning advice. It comes from the Latin root, causalium, meaning advice. Hope friends this video was helpful to know what is counseling and who is the father of counseling and where it root started and how it is going on today. Counseling and psychology are interrelated. They both have their fields from philosophy, which helps in finding solution to the problem. It is an art and also a science. If you like this video, please view, share and subscribe. Thank you. Hope we will meet with another topic in the next video. Thank you friends.